I'm going to be completely in my comfort zone and take a page from a playbook of one of my close friends. Last month was Suicidal Prevention Month, and I wanted to share my story to see if it helped anybody. The inspiration for this was a video I saw of Chase McDaniels talking about what he would tell somebody if they... My suicidal indication was I was around 20. Being an overthinker, I hated the overthinking part of me because I am an overthinker. I didn't like the fact that I had nobody that understood me, so I felt I was alone because there was parts of me that I felt like nobody understood. Overthinking actually saved me because it reminded me of people who were going to miss me if I did it, and it also reminded me that of all the future staff and all the people that I wouldn't get to meet, all the situations, the impossibilities, the infinite things that could happen in the future. Also, there was a little kid that I knew when I was younger that he was left with him. I wouldn't get to reconnect with him. I wouldn't see what he was doing with his life, where he was at. Actually, I didn't remember his name at first because I was little and it was a long time ago, and I wouldn't have got to share that he impacted my life. And let him know that he was a big part of my life. So that was something that would have been cool to do, and that's what I thought of. After deciding all that, a week after realizing I didn't want to, I had gotten a out of the blue text from somebody that said, "Hey, I saw your profile. I thought it was cool, so let's talk," who is now one of my closest friends. Didn't even expect it. Was one of those unexpected friendships that you never thought would happen. Since not only a fan of theirs and the job that they do, I also get to be that person that's their friend and get to say, hey, I kind of knew them before. And so that's cool. Also later on, that person had introduced me to another close friend who has been there. They've both been there through thick and thin with me over the years. Actually reconnect with the childhood friend. Went to see him, and he was the one that brought up a memory that he had of a little girl that he used to play with when he was younger. Turns out the little girl was me, from the story he had shared with me. So that's kind of fun. Got to meet another country singer. Wouldn't have got to know her and stuff after talking in her chat room and stuff. So that was something I didn't know that would have happened back then. I wouldn't have met the two people who are my close friends who are like brothers to me, because the one I met a week after I decided not to kill myself or do anything, decided against it. He introduced me to the other close friend who's like a brother to me. So it's kind of cool to say hey and to actually realize, they learned this year that my actual story, told them the whole story, so which they had the response they did, so I kind of expected that because, they didn't know. So I'm kind of glad I finally told them, and I did share it with somebody when I worked somewhere. They thought they wanted to, and I told them the story and told them the whole story, not the short story, what I told y'all, what I'm telling y'all. So if anybody needs to talk and wants to hear my actual whole story, I will be willing to share it with you if it helps you. Another cool thing is that I got to do with my life that not everybody would. He kind of said, do you want to learn how to fly? So I was like, yeah, that would be cool. So I learned how to fly an old World War II plane that was rebuilt. Learned that I'm pretty fast at picking up stuff, and so I pretty much went through all the lessons in a few hours. I think we were probably in the air a good 3 hours. I got to fly it. I got to go straight to a canyon, which don't do that, that's scary. I got to learn how to do barrels in it. That was kind of fun and scary. I got to learn how to get out of a wind shear, had the plane go up because of a wind shear, and I had it go up, which is because it was pretty lighter than a jet. So I got to know the difference between turbulence and kind of had the wind lift me up a little bit. I got to actually turn the plane. So that was kind of cool to feel what it was like and do it myself. I also got to land the plane, which, yeah, that was scary. Because I found out that when you land a plane, you have to slow really down to land it, because you can literally bounce up, hit the ground and bounce back up, and that is not good. So I actually did that, and I had to land in the field. So that was a little nerve-wracking. Figured out that's how, and I can handle things when it gets a little crazy, because I've actually been learned how to fly a plane and did it when it was kind of crazy and had to think on my feet when we were up there, and he was showing me and telling me how to do stuff. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that was a big thing for me, was learning that I'm a fast learner, and I can do stuff at a high, I can make quick decisions at a very stressful time. Also, there's another point in my life that's a big changing point in my life, and that was when I actually met a Holocaust survivor. Me and my dad was driving a U-Haul from California back to Texas, where we live, and we stopped at the Holocaust and Intolerance Museum in Albuquerque. And at the time I was there was a lady who was saved by Schindler himself, and so I got to talk to her and hear her story. Got to actually feel the brand on her arm, which was a little scary, and so that was pretty cool. She told me that he saved her life, and told me what her life was like in a concentration camp. She had me feel her thing, which it's really weird to realize and see, because you hear about it, but to realize and see that somebody was actually somebody's property, and knowing how they treated him, and listening to her story, not through history books, but one-on-one in person. So that was a life-changing experience and stuff. Yeah. And it's kind of the inspiration for my tattoo that I just recently got. So my tattoo does tell my story of all the ups and downs I've been through through my whole life. Recently, I had to walk away from a friend who was close because he was toxic. And then all the health stuff with my dad. If you look and see my tattoo, where it says "God gets it," that is actually a saying that when I met the lady who's a Holocaust survivor, she actually looked up and pointed and said, "He gets it, so it's okay." So that's why I have "God gets it," because it was something that she said to me when she first met me. And the situation, what was happening, shouldn't have happened. I felt like I had a hard time going in the building to look. I wanted to do it, but it was hard for me to go in there and see what was going on and see the building and see the history and stuff, because I knew about it. Also, if you look at it, I don't know if you can see it, there's actually a cross. I have pictures on my social medias of my tattoo, so you're seeing it on me, and you can look at pictures and see the written story of it if I'm fumbling it, which I am. So the actual cross on the tattoo is a Celtic cross. It's actually a pendant that I got from a vacation that me and my older sister and her son went to the Scarborough Fair, and we met this guy who, really cool person, really sweet, made the cross by hand. You are going through your worst and get inspiration by it. So yeah, go actually read what I wrote about my tattoo, and hopefully that will help and you can understand it a little better than what I said. So thank y'all for listening. Hope it helps. Bye.